Good grammar is like a magic key. It unlocks the door to clear and effective communication in English. When you use grammar correctly, people understand your message easily. This is important for speaking, writing, and even understanding what others say and write. Mastering grammar might seem challenging at first, but it's achievable with the right approach. Think of grammar as a set of rules that help us arrange words in a way that makes sense. Just like following a recipe helps you bake a delicious cake. Following grammar rules helps you create clear and understandable sentences. With practice, these rules will become second nature, and you'll be able to express yourself with confidence. This guide will introduce you to some fundamental grammar rules and provide you with the tools you need to start improving your English skills. Remember, learning a language is a journey, and every step you take toward mastering grammar brings you closer to fluency. So, let's embark on this exciting journey together and unlock the power of good grammar. Every language has its building blocks, and in English, those blocks are words called nouns and verbs. Nouns are the names of people, places, things, or ideas. For example, John, city, book, and love are all nouns. They tell us what we are talking about. Verbs, on the other hand, describe actions or states of being. They tell us what the noun is doing or being. For example, run, eat, sleep, and is are all verbs. To form a complete sentence, you need at least one noun and one verb. Understanding the difference between nouns and verbs is crucial for constructing grammatically correct sentences. When you can identify the parts of speech in a sentence, you can start to see how they work together to create meaning. In the next section, we'll explore how nouns and verbs come together to form the basic structure of English sentences. In English, a sentence is not just a random collection of words, it has a specific structure. The most basic sentence structure consists of a subject and a verb. The subject is typically a noun or pronoun that performs the action denoted by the verb. For a sentence to be grammatically correct, the verb must agree with its subject in number. This means that if the subject is singular, referring to one person, place, thing, or idea, the verb must also be singular. Similarly, if the subject is plural, referring to more than one, the verb must also be plural. For example, the cat sleeps is a correct sentence because the singular subject cat agrees with the singular verb sleeps. However, the cat sleep is incorrect because the singular subject cat does not agree with the plural verb sleep. Mastering subject-verb agreement is essential for writing grammatically correct sentences. Section 4. The action of time. Understanding tenses. Tenses in grammar are like time machines. They tell us when an action or event takes place, in the past, present, or future. English has three main tenses: past, present, and future. Each tense has different forms to indicate whether an action is completed, ongoing, or about to happen. The present tense is used for actions happening now. For example, I eat breakfast indicates an action happening in the present. The past tense describes actions that have already happened. I ate breakfast indicates the action of eating breakfast is finished. The future tense, you guessed it, talks about actions that will happen later. We often use will to show future tense. I will eat breakfast means you're going to eat breakfast later. Understanding tenses is essential for accurately conveying the time frame of events in your communication. Section 5. Tricky tenses. Navigating past, present, and future. While the basic tenses are relatively straightforward, English has several other tenses that can be a bit trickier to master. These include the present continuous, present perfect, past continuous, past perfect, and future perfect tenses. The present continuous tense, for instance, is used for actions happening right now and continuing for a period of time. We form it with to be plus verbing. For example, I am walking means the action of walking is happening now and will continue for a while. The present perfect tense describes an action that started in the past and continues to the present or has recently finished. We use have has plus past participle to form it. I have lived here for 5 years means you started living here 5 years ago and still live here now. The past continuous tense talks about something that was happening continuously in the past. It uses was, were plus verbing. For example, I was sleeping when you called. The past perfect tense describes an action completed before another past action. It's formed with had plus past participle. For example, I'd eaten dinner before I went to bed. Finally, the future perfect tense indicates an action that will be completed before a specific time in the future. We form it with will have plus past participle. For example, by next year, I will have graduated from college. These more complex tenses allow for nuanced expression of time and the relationships between events. Don't worry if you find them challenging at first. With practice, you'll be able to use them confidently.